All right, now we get to the part where people always debate and ponder and have such a challenge with this, and it's really not difficult. What I'm talking about is how to price your services. How much do you charge people? Do you have any ideas right now before we go on and before we go into this? Do you know how much you need to charge? Do you know how much you want to charge? Do you know what others charge? Do you know what the low end of the spectrum is? Do you know what the highest paid people are earning? Do you have any idea? Some of that matters. Some of it doesn't. Some matters more than other things matter. But one thing is certain is that you need to get this right because you want people to take action. You need to earn what you're worth. And you need to make it so people will become your loyal, long-term, thrilled customer and pay you the money that you need to conduct your business properly. So let's go back to this question. What are you worth? Most people undervalue themselves. I've been guilty of this myself. So let me put it this way. No one ever bragged to their friends about this super cheap life coach that they hired to help them master their life. Yeah, this person's helping me master their life, and they're the cheapest person I could find on the internet. No one is going to want to share that information. And also, when someone's making a decision about a coach, they don't want to find the most affordable coach. And also, let me phrase this too. If there is someone and all they want is a cheap coach, they will be a cheap person, and they will be, and I'm generalizing. I am really generalizing. I'm painting with a broad stroke. I'm stereotyping. This is hypothetical, and it holds true about 99% of the time. People who always want a deal are the ones who will cry foul first. Those who want the most discounts are the first to ask for a refund. Those who complain the price is too high are the ones who will be your biggest headache. And the people who complain that they can't afford your services are the ones to badmouth you at the first sign that something goes wrong, regardless if you are at fault or not. Yes, I'm stereotyping. Yes, I'm generalizing. Yes, it holds true. How do I know that? Because I've literally helped tens of thousands of coaches all over the world, and I have been coaching, consulting, mentoring, and training people since 1992. And I know this is true. When something holds true 95, 98, 99% of the time, you can call it a general truth or that's the way things are, because generally that's the way things are. Yeah, are there exceptions? Of course there's exceptions, but there aren't enough for this to be an incorrect statement. So find out what you're worth. Do not keep undercutting your competition because that's a race to the bottom. Have you ever heard that term before? A race to the bottom. Someone, oh, I'm $100. Well, they're 90. Well, I'll do 85. Oh, they're 85. I'll do 75. No. What are you worth? And don't deviate from that. Because you'll hear the thing about it like this. You will always be resentful if you're not earning what you're worth because you're thinking, gosh, I'm giving so much. I've learned so much. I have so much education. I have so much to offer. I have so much value. And here I am trying to undercut other people's prices because I'm trying to be price competitive. Instead, add more value, add more perceived value and actual value. Give more than others think is wise. Do more than others are willing to do. And earn what you're worth. So let me write it down right now. What are you worth? Now, you can break it down in terms of hourly, but we're going to get to that in a little bit about charging per hour. And we're going to say no. But just to think about how much are you worth per hour, per day, per customer, per client, per month? How much do you need to earn per year? What is that number? Don't deviate from that. Don't accept less. Add value and get more people to pay your appropriate price instead. And everyone's a little different too. That number is not the same for everyone, but it needs to be true to you, and you need to respect it, and it needs to respect you. So what do you need to earn each day or month? So work backwards. What are your bills? Most people pay bills per month. Sometimes it's per week, but sometimes it's annually, but generally it's per month. Can we agree on that? So what do you need per month? What do you need minimum per month? And then what do you need for a cushion? And then what do you need to invest? So let's just say you need $3,000 minimum to live. You need $4,000 for a cushion, and $6,000 would make you really happy. All right? And then you can invest, and you can plan for the future, and you can take holidays, and you can maybe grow a new business or whatever it is. But let's just say it's $6,000. Okay, so then what do you need per day? And then if you're going to work 8 hours, what does that equal out to per hour? Here's another way of looking at it. If you are creating online coaching programs that do not require your interaction, and you're going to learn about how to do these inside the Online Expert Empire modules, but let's just say you're creating programs that do not require your interaction, and you can make money with them 24 hours a day. You can break up what you need to earn out of every 24 hours. What do you need to earn each hour of each day that you can earn 24 hours a day to get to your $6,000 per month? And this is hypothetical. Remember, it can be any number for you. Then you have to figure out, what do you need to do or charge or create to get to that number? It's simple math. Figure out what that number is for you. Reverse engineer it, starting with necessity. And per month is just an easy way to do it. And you can do it annually, but whatever makes sense, right? Do the math, keep it simple, break it down per hour. You can either do it per 8-hour work day, or you can do it per 24-hour period if you're creating some type of program that doesn't require your interaction, and you can sell it 24 hours a day. Or you could do both. You could also say, I'm going to train people coach people 5 hours a day online, but then I'm also selling XYZ training course, which can be sold 24 hours a day. And even if I sold one a day, how much is that per hour in a 24-hour period? That would add to my cumulative amount I will earn and need to earn per month. Does that make sense? So you may have more than one offer. You may have more than one program, product, or service, and each one has its own value. Think about it like this too. If you use the various training modules, which I'm certainly hoping you do, inside the Online Expert Empire portion of this, you're going to learn how to create various programs, products, information courses, online courses, downloadable courses, books, digital media, things like that. You may, one thing may earn you $1,000 a month. One may earn you $4,000 a month. One may earn you, $50 a day. Whatever it is, the things that don't require your time ongoing in real life, in real time, they don't have to, but they can go for a lower amount of money because they don't require your time, and time is the one thing you can't get back once it's gone. Things that require the most of your personal time and attention, you need to charge the most for. It's a simple formula. If it's hands off for you and people can enjoy something you've created, you can charge less. You don't have to, but you can. If something requires your time and effort and direct interaction and coaching on an ongoing live basis, at least in part, you need to charge what you're worth and not a dime less. That's the way it works. So what do you need to earn each day or month? Remember, I'm giving you a lot of different ideas in this program and in the later modules. I don't want you to do everything. I don't want you to do half of it. I'm showing you so many different ways to make money because I don't know how you want to do it. You need to decide what will give you the lifestyle you want. We'll go back to the earlier modules. How much do you want to work? How do you know you're successful? How much do you want to travel? How much is enough? Everyone has a different magic number. You need to work backwards and figure out how you want to live your life, and work backwards and then design your life and your business around that grand goal out in the future, and then have those daily tasks work towards that. Does that make sense? But it all has to fit together, and you have to earn what you're worth. You have to be satisfied. You have to feel that you are getting the merit you deserve and that you've worked for, and you need to be able to pay your bills and grow for the future, not just get by. There's a difference between getting by and thriving, and we want you to thrive. So what do you need to earn each day or month? So figure that out. Pause the video if you need to. Here we go. Never charge by the hour or session. Why? Oh, gosh, there's a lot of reasons for this, but let me go over a few. One is that you will never get ahead like this. Now, I'm going to tell you, I personally have one thing I do like this, and I'll tell you why. So let me explain what I do and my only exception to this, and you're welcome to take this idea if you like. All my other programs it's either a digital education program that's all online where I've spent months and months and months to create it, but I don't take an active part in it. Or I do online coaching and some live events, and then I have to charge more for that because it takes more of my time and expertise on an ongoing basis. But I have one thing that I do that is, I think I actually have to look. I think I charge $375 an hour. I have to look now. It's either $350 or $375 an hour, and it's called Pick My Brain. And I did it as a spoof, and here's why. Because I literally got sick of people saying, "Can I pick your brain, John? Hey, I'll buy you coffee," and then, spill your guts on your 25 years of training and education and experience. I mean, that's just insulting. So I said, great. I now welcome brain picking. Just click the Pick My Brain link on my website, and you can still do that, and pay the Pick My Brain fee. And I've had a lot of people do this, and about half of them have gone on to buy other programs and also join my other coaching programs and certifications from our schools and all sorts of things. So it has been what could be called like a gateway drug, although it's a good drug. And so $375 an hour, that's worth my time. And then I've made tens of thousands of dollars on the back end of that, so it's definitely been worthwhile. But don't let people just pick your brain for free. That means they don't value you and you don't value yourself, so don't do that. But if you want to see how I did that, and you're welcome to model that, it's johnspencerellis.com, and then just go on coaching, and then you can find the link there and see how I did it. It's tongue-in-cheek. I had some fun with it, and I've actually helped. I helped one guy in one hour. Paid me, I think it was $375, and we saved him $50,000 in taxes because we figured out how he can help his community get an enormous tax write-off and avoid a big headache with his business. And so that was great. And so that was definitely worth his $375, and it was rewarding for me to help someone like that. And it wasn't difficult work for me. It's just based on my experience, I was able to help him. That is the only exception. The only exception. I don't let someone do 3 sessions like that. I don't let them do 10 in a row and they pay me each time. But here's another thing. If you are, so that's it. I'm just telling you, that's the end of the Pick My Brain thing. That's the only exception I have. And I don't know if I'll continue it, but right now it works out fine. The only exception. Other than that, never charge by the hour, or by the week, or like 5 sessions, or like a lot of personal trainers do that. I'm going to charge you 10. It's what do they do? They'll do, like, if you do 10 sessions, it's $80. If you do 20 sessions, it's $70. If you do 30 sessions, it's $60. Basically, what you said is you're only worth $60. So don't do that either. You don't bundle them together and give them a discount like that. That also devalues you. Don't do that. And I wouldn't do a package of 10 sessions, stuff like that. You want to do it by the month, or the year, or the quarter, or the half year. Something like that would be far, far better. Also, you want them to be with you long enough to where you can generate enough revenue and they have enough time to do the results or get the results. It takes time to get the results. If they're doing a body transformation, you can't transform as far as you want to go in 30 days. It's not going to happen. You can make progress, but you're not going to reach the pinnacle. If you're going to do financial coaching or something like that, business coaching, you can do somewhat of a turnaround in 30 days, but it might take 90 or 120 days to get a huge result. The other thing is, if you always charge by the hour, and that's the only thing you offer, not the crazy exception that I told you about, then every time they work with you, they're always thinking about the money rather than the results. And they always associate with you with giving you money rather than you giving them results. So you don't want to do that and do one after another training sessions like that. It's not worth it. You need to focus on packages by the month. So, I have a 3-month program. I have a 6-month program. I have a 9-month program. I have a year-long program. I have the elite program. And each one is an escalation from the one preceding, or a continuance from the one preceding. And you may not even like my idea for that one exception of the Pick My Brain. But if you do, great, run with it. You're welcome to also call it the Pick My Brain. That's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. You want to change the language so it fits you, but you can call it the Pick My Brain. And that's it. All right. So I'm not going to beat that one to death anymore. I think I already did. Keep your pricing structure simple. I used to have 5 or 6 different things. I took them away. You're either in my Penthouse group, or you do, you can do just the Online Expert Empire program by itself without this coaching module, or this coaching aspect of it, this segment, or you do the Pick My Brain. That's it. That's the only thing I offer. And if someone wants some very, very high-end private year-long program, then I can talk to them about a $50,000 program that I have, but I don't advertise it to anyone else. That would be by special request and invitation only. And I don't even talk about that because I don't want to think about it like this. You often want to give people a lot of different ways to pay you, but you don't want to give them too many choices on what they can buy. And that has been a challenge with some of my other businesses, because we do have a lot of offerings, and we've had to segment them and streamline them and simplify them and segregate them because it gets confusing. And I've learned this from experience and from having losses doing that. So I'm telling you from experience, keep it simple. Keep your pricing structure simple. Keep the number of offers you have simple. So, it's this, or this, and that's it. Keep it simple. Now, some people would say that, things that end in a 7 sell better on the internet. There's some evidence that that's true for whatever reason. Other people say it's nonsense. I have had success with that. So I only can go by my personal experience, and it's worked well for me. Does that mean you have to have a pricing structure that ends in a 7? Nope. But it has worked well for me. The other thing is that there's another philosophy when you're selling a product or service to the affluent market that says that they like numbers rounded up. So as an example, this is really simple. So if someone's looking for a bargain hunt, they go, oh my gosh, it's 3 for 99 cents. Or I can't believe I got this Kia car. It was only $19,700. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's a heck of a deal. And if you need a commuter car, get a Kia. I'm not discounting it any. What I'm saying is people who are more budget conscious tend to want to know that exact number. It's $1,750 and 30-day warranty. I got blah, 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 blah. By contrast, the affluent market doesn't care, don't have time for that, don't want to bother, and they also are more interested in just, how much is that Lamborghini? 1.2. Or how much is that Bugatti? About 2.3. That means million. How much is that Mercedes? I got it for $75K. It's just a different philosophy. I'm not saying one is right or wrong, someone's good or bad. That's not the point. I'm just saying that is the psychology. People who are more financially successful tend to be busier. That's why they're successful, because they're getting things done. They don't have time to go through the minutia. They also don't want to talk about the deal they got. They want to talk about the experience and the exclusivity and the pride of the ownership or belonging and access. And so they're willing to pay for access. This program costs 10 grand. I'm in. Who else is in? Someone else says, wow, $997. I'm stereotyping, but I'm just telling you this holds true more often than not. We have to tend to stereotype to put things and people into buckets. It doesn't mean they're good or bad. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just happens to be the way it is. So no one needs to take offense to anything. What I'm telling you is statistically, historically, mathematically, verifiably accurate. So don't blame me if you don't like it. I'm just telling you the way it is. You can do the math and the research yourself, and you'll find out that, in fact, what I'm saying is true. Keep your pricing structure simple. If you're dealing with a very affluent market, round up your numbers and square them off. That didn't even make sense. Round them up and square them off. Make them even. How about that? Does that make sense? It's 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it is. If you're dealing with more of a budget conscious market, then you're going to have numbers that are like 1795, things like that. This tends to hold true. So just work with me here, even though that may seem odd to you. Another thing, we're going to move on here. Let me go to the next one here. PayPal, Stripe, or whatever. I use both of these. My company based in Nevada uses Stripe and PayPal. My companies in California use PayPal and One Shopping Cart. I do not recommend One Shopping Cart. We are leaving One Shopping Cart. It is not the best system, but we've been with it and we've been able to modify it and add plugins and all kinds of stuff to make it work much better. You may try something like ClickFunnels or Kajabi, or when you get, again, into the online expert empire and you learn all about membership sites, there's Member Mouse, there's a member, wish list member. There's all these different things that you can integrate with different shopping carts, and some are actually integrated into the area where you have membership to train and coach people. There's a lot of different options. But PayPal is simple. I used to hate PayPal, and I know it's a strong word, but when it first came out, let's just be honest, it was a behemoth. It was a dinosaur. It didn't work well. Now, PayPal is awesome. It works very well. It's very trustworthy. They have excellent customer support. They care about their customers. Stripe is great because if you're going to do any type of e-commerce, it integrates in with things like Etsy and Shopify. And it's very intuitive and easy to use. The pricing structure is very fair. So Stripe and PayPal are two that I would recommend. And you may get away with just PayPal. Another one is called, oh my gosh, my mind went blank on it. There's several other ones that you can use that are for mobile business too, that you actually you can use it if you have a mobile training or coaching business. You can swipe the card or you can key it in. There's a lot of different ways of doing that. I know people that often have consulting or practices where they see people in person will use this. Oh, what the heck is it? Square. That's the name of it. Square is another one, but that's more for swiping the card if you're seeing people in person. But there are other things where you can key it in as well. And there's a lot of other simple payment systems that you can consider. But PayPal and Stripe are two that are very, very simple to use. And that's what I would recommend. So here's now there's three things here. We're going to talk about an upsell, a downsell, and a cross-sell. Do you know what those are before I go into this? Upsell, downsell, cross-sell. So an upsell is when someone is buying something good and you want to sell them something better. Now, people who don't like that might call that a bait and switch. That is not what this is. A bait and switch is lying to someone and getting them to consider something that's good, and then it was never available. That good thing was never available. You lied to them, but you're trying to sell them something that costs more. That's not cool. That's unethical. That's not what I'm talking about. But if someone wants, like let's just say you're offering a fitness training program online, and you have the good program, which doesn't include some type of extra nutritional counseling or, home cooking, pantry clean out videos and, how to shop for organic foods at the farmer's market, maybe something like that, right? That would be the better program. It doesn't mean your other one is bad. It means the one you initially offered them is good, but you can say, you know what, to get even better results, I can offer you the platinum program or premium program, which includes my how to cook organic, training videos and how to shop at the farmer's market and improve your plant-based diet and use these XYZ products. That would be a better program. That's an upsell. So maybe the good is 100, the better is 150. I'm simplifying. So that's an upsell. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very common. You know what an upsell is when they want you to add fries to to an order. That's upselling because you're adding something more or better, or you want to go supersize on that. That would be an upsell. What a horrible example using junky drive-through food, but everyone understands that. Would you like to supersize that? Yes, that's an upsell. It's the same thing. Just so you know and you have a point of reference. A downsell is if someone is not interested, doesn't fit into, literally or figuratively, or can't afford what you initially offer, you can downsell them. So here is a Lamborghini. I think that's an Aventador. And then that is a BMW Z4. Both nice cars, both very cool. Completely different. I think most people would agree that the Lamborghini Aventador probably cost 6 times, 7 times as much, and is a better car, a faster car, and a more desirable car for most people. So if you can't afford that, I'm just using this as an example, you might want to get the BMW Z4. Also a really awesome car, but not nearly as expensive and probably a little more useful on a daily basis. So that would be a downsell. So you may have a product that you initially offer people and they go, you know what? I can't do that 6-month program, but I can commit and afford the 3-month program or the program that doesn't include XYZ, which is $100 less a month. You can downsell them to that option. You have that option. Okay, so that's a downsell. So an upsell is going from good to better. A downsell is going from great to good. And then a cross-sell is something that complements the initial sale. So if you have a smartphone, it's great on its own. It functions. It's awesome. And a cross-sell would be to get, maybe those are Beats headphones or something great like that would complement and be able to utilize the initial purchase even better. So sometimes cross-sells are additional items that make the first product work better. Maybe you're a nutrition coach and the cross-sell is to also get your nutritional supplements or protein powder or something like that with the initial purchase. That would be a cross-sell. If you're a health coach and you want to include some additional evaluations and some other aspect of health or wellness, nutrition or something like that to go with that program to complement it, that's a cross-sell. So maybe the first program, in this case the iPhone, is $200, and then you get the additional consulting services, that's an additional $100. They get better service, they'll get better results, you make more money. That's a cross-sell. So again, I'm going to go back here just for a minute. An upsell is when you offer them something good and then you say, well, there's something even better if you like it. You always have the good available. You don't lie and go, oh, we're out of the good. Don't lie. If they want the good and they only can afford the good, sell them the good. Maybe later they can get the better. If they like the good and they're interested in the better, then try to sell them on the better, but don't lie to them. Downsell is when they want to buy something great, but they can't afford it. It's not the right fit. It's not the right time or whatever, but you don't want to lose them as a customer or a client. Then you do the downsell. A cross-sell is selling them something that complements the initial purchase and sometimes enhances the use or the benefits of the initial purchase. So here's the last slide here I want you to think about. If there is a monthly option, like one of my programs is about $100 a month. And I'm changing the pricing structure on it, but there's, based on how long I know the average person stays in this, that is the lifetime value. So LTV, let me go back a little bit here. LTV is lifetime value, So I'm just really simplifying here, okay? Let's just say that you have a program that's $10 a month. I'm really simplifying, right? Because you're not going to have a program that's $10 a month. You have a program that's $10 a month, and you know the average person stays for 6 months. So that's $60. So the average person, even though they pay per month, the average person pays $10 and they stay 6 months. You could offer a lifetime access to that same program for slightly more than the average lifetime value. Because if someone does stay a lot longer, they're still going to save a lot of money with your program. Let's just say that the average lifetime value, they stay 6 months, they pay $10 a month. The average lifetime value is $60. But some people go shorter amount of time on that. Maybe a few go longer, but the average is 6 months, which would be $60. But it's month to month. You can charge lifetime access for $70 because you're making $70 up front And you know, on average, people only stay 6 months and will pay $60. So if the person stays longer, they get a tremendous value, but most people drop out at 6 months. So you're still making a little bit more than average, but you still give them a better deal. Does that make sense? So you can charge an upfront lifetime access based on the average lifetime value. This is the average value of someone who stays in an ongoing program. And if they stay 6 months and you earn $60, you can charge a lifetime access for maybe $10 more, $70. And if they stay longer, great. You still made more than average. But if they stay longer, they benefit a lot and save a lot. I hope that makes sense. If you need clarification on that, please let me know. Okay, you can ask that question inside my cocktails group, or you can email me or contact me any way that we have on the website. I want to make sure you understand that. You can always offer someone a discount for lifetime access as long as that value is equal to or greater than the average lifetime value of someone who's in that program, because most people may not stay that long and you'll still be ahead and they get a good deal. I don't want to beat that to death, but I want to make sure that makes sense to you. All right, that's it for this training lesson. You just learned about pricing your program. And this applies to whether it's a group program or one-on-one or couples or family, or if it's a hybrid with live training or whatever. All these pricing parameters and considerations apply. All right, thanks a lot.